lot of you in here have been covering us all season and for many years. And, like any team, we're going to go through some ups, some downs. And just really proud of this football team for the finish. I think we're the only team in the United States that have played 4 teams they're in the top 10 right now. And, that's a tough schedule. And no excuse for last week, we know that. We're not running from that, but they found a way to pick themselves back up and to finish strong in a game that's important. It's important for us to elevate where we want to go in a bowl. It's important to us to finish. It's important to us and our fans to bring that Governor's Cup back home, I think for the 5th straight. For the 5th straight against a very good team that I have a lot of respect for with Jeff and what he's done in the first year. They're a very well-coached team, and he's done a really good job. I think for our team, and speaking for them, I'm just proud of the resilience, resolve, whatever you want to say, all those words those coaches use, but it's so true. You just got to have the toughness, the grit, and the determination to pick yourself back up, because we play a grueling schedule. And say what you want, it's taxing on them. And I just appreciate the finish. A game that again started a little slow, and we found a way to win and picked it up, and we played together as a team. Had huge plays in special teams, huge plays on offense and defense, and I'm just very proud of the group. I'll open up for questions.
Mark, talk about just JJ. He's in his, everybody, but JJ's in his hometown. We talked earlier in the year, he was going through some stuff just a couple of weeks ago. Gets the 2 fumbles, gets a sack, another couple tackles. Can you talk about him today?
Really couldn't be more proud of JJ. He and I had a good one-on-one session the other day, actually, and Jason Cummins was in my office, our leadership person who helps me and our team, and Jason happened to be in there, and the 3 of us sat down on the couch and just had a good talk. And that's what I told JJ, to walk around and hold his head high, because I think he felt stress and pressure from numbers or producing and just different things. And I said, absolutely not. You will not walk around with your head down or anything else. He's done an awful lot. We're all proud of him, regardless of whatever happens on the field and the things he's done off the field. He's been a great person, a great player, and a great ambassador to our football program. And I told him to walk around with his head held high and finish strong, and he did. And very proud of him. So we had a good talk.
Mark, the offense seemed to really get going in the second half. I know you had two turnovers,
yeah.
but the offense really found itself, I thought. Talk about that if you would.
Yeah, I thought, some critical moments. I didn't like the way we started. Obviously we were having some protection issues, which was on us. And you've probably heard me talking about it. We're tired of beating ourselves in certain ways. And so we talked about it on the sidelines, got some things corrected and cleaned up some things. Now again, Louisville's aggressive and twisting and blitzing, and give them credit. They were going to put some pressure on you. Some they do a great job, but some of it was just strictly on us early. And that we have no, we can't do that and win against the top 10 team. So once we straightened that out, I think the balance really helped us. I thought the backs made some really critical physical runs. Ray, obviously on the last one, but how about the 4th down one that he converted, when he had a one-on-one, against a good defender. And, late there at the end, we were talking about all kinds of different things. And I asked the O-line I wanted to put it on them. I wanted to run it straight downhill and be a little bit like we used to be. And they responded.
Mark, did penalties were a problem all season, but 0 penalties today with all the emotions of the rivalry game? What does that say about your team?
It's saying that we're still rolling, and they're still listening. And I told them how emotional this game was going to be. And, and chippy, but, ultimately it comes down to execution, right? Like just executing. The emotion, yes, but everybody wants to win. And you knew you were going to have to play a good game to go finish this and win this game. Some crazy things happened in that game, but, I was proud of the execution in critical moments. Obviously, didn't like the turnover late and, them converting the 4th down, but finding, the resolve to come back And, you know, and that's what Liam and I were talking on the headset. Here we go. We got 2.5 minutes. Let's go win this game.
Mark,
Yeah.
what do you think this win against a top 10 team for this group means to this team?
I mean, it means a lot just for a lot of reasons. You know, we have expectations. You know, we understand that. And, you know, again, nobody cares about the schedule you play, and you know what I mean. Nobody worries about that. I mean, but you know, I was just happy for our team and finishing like they did, and they deserve it, and they grinded through the whole year. You know, we had some ups and some downs, and you know that, and we've been far from perfect, but you know, to finish off the regular season against our rivals, it's top 10 team. You know, it's important. I take, you know, no gratification in knocking them down, but I just want to win this game because it's important to our fans and it's important to our team.
Mark, earlier there, Kamari kind of hurdled a man to convert a 3rd and long. Do you feel like that play kind of, especially being his first catch to do that, kind of set the momentum of this game?
Yeah, we needed that. I think, you know, we had some tight ends down, as you know, and you know, I think, you know, for him to step up in that critical moment, that was a big play, big catch, and nice finish to get the first down.
Mark, sometimes you say this game's not that complicated. When you got a guy like Ray that's just on fire, it's kind of just give the ball to him. Ray, how much did he just kind of carry things and go crazy?
Well, you know, it was really nice to see Ray run like Ray, you know, and just put his shoulder pads down and get some tough yards. And again, I you know, they are a tough defense, and you know, I think you know, he had some difficult yards and some critical ones. Obviously, the one that capped it off there, and I thought the 4th down run was huge too.
Devin starts off 1 for 5, then he converts 3 big 3rd downs. Really seemed to like get the offense kind of rolling. Just talk about his resilience.
Even after the pick, you know, getting the pick and going through the ups and the downs, and just having the confidence to go back out there and let it rip, you know, and. It was interesting. I think Liam and I were conversing on the headset, and I think, well, we throw incomplete on 1st down, I want to say, and then, but 2nd down, we're thinking about running. You know, you think about killing some clock, getting a 1st down, trying to get in 3rd and manageable. You know, because we talked about 3rd and we've been in 3rd and too long.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was 2nd down, and we were aggressive. I said, rip it. You know, let's go, let's throw it, and that's the one we hit. I think the Barry on. Down the seam. So we were aggressive. You know, we had the ball when we went to play to win and got it done.
Mark, your name was mentioned all this morning in the Texas A&M coaching vacancy. Do you have any comment on that?
I mean, you know, come on, you know better than that. This is a big win for our state and our program and our team, and you know how good I've been at you know, keeping my concentration and focus on this team, and that's all it is.
Mark, we see that Barry on pregame and just always talking about how much he loves these kind of games, these big games. What did it do, not just when he got the return, but then he also gets the big catch. He had the big one to kind of get him going early on. Talk about him stepping up today.
The run on the perimeter, and that might have been a catch, might have been forward. I think that was forward. But so it goes down as a catch. But the perimeter run got us a 1st down going on one of those critical drives, I think, too. Just, you know, he's a guy that you have, you know, we have to get touches. I mean, he's a guy that can impact the game like this. And, you know, I think he's just a true sophomore. He's just got to continue to grow and develop. And but he's an impact guy. He can certainly change the digits on the scoreboard, and he helped us do that tonight.
Mark, you talked about JJ, but Lovett has the game-clinching interception. Isaiah Cummings has a 55-yard catch. Do you sense for the kids around this area that this game means a little something more?
I mean, it should, you know, and I had some guys that were from the state talk a little bit this morning, you know, and just tell them what it meant to them, you know, in the team, you know, in our team meeting right before we exited, and you know, it's important, and we played well in this game, and you know, hopefully we'll continue, and I was just, you know, proud of all of them, but definitely I think it's important to the guys in the state.
Mark, obviously the loss coming last Saturday, you're very disappointed in that loss. Did you sense, though, that they had bounced back, that they were ready to dig down deep and give a performance like this?
I did. You know, I don't know, it's kind of like, I have a lot of confidence in our guys. You know, this Thanksgiving week, the schedule, the way we've had the same routine, you know, for a while, and it's really good for the players. I think we get to see them a little more, and you know, and we have confidence going into this. And again, I'm not, you know, I don't even want to say it, you know, but I mean, you know, like, we have confidence, you know, going against anybody. I mean, like, you know, and the SEC will prepare you for anything. Just leave it at that.
Right.
Mark, obviously you coached in this Governor's Cup for a while now. Now, first time coaching against Jeff Brown. Just thoughts on this rivalry now and just even the future of it? Yeah, definitely. He's made a huge impact already. I mean, just a very well-coached team. It really does, you know, and you know, we have respect for each other. I have respect for his family, you know, and he does a really good job with his brothers and the whole family, and you know, we try to do the same. So hopefully we'll keep it going for a long time. Have some good battles.
Coach, you know, Coach Stoops talked about up and down this year. You know, what was it like for the offense to hit full stride? Seemed like at moments today, and especially with Ray and Devin having big games.
Yeah, I mean, again, when you don't run many plays and opportunities were thin, and we didn't execute very well early on, but we hit a little bit of a stride at times, right? We did some good things. You know, a 2-play, 80-yard, you know, drive is nice to have a couple of explosives there, or whatever was 75-yard drive, and you know, there's moments, there's flashes. It's still, like we said, not consistent enough, not where we're hoping to be, but some moments that really allowed us to go finish a football game, right? We were able to finish a football game running the ball, and that was something that we obviously struggled to do for the majority of the day.
Well, there's been times this year where there's been opportunities, I mean, particularly last week, where you had opportunities to kind of change the game with some drives. What did it kind of say about your team's mentality that they made the most of those opportunities today?
Some resilience, I guess, right? There's a little bit of resilience in there. There's some toughness. I mean, I looked at our quarterback. I mean, I was back down on the sidelines, you know, for the first time in a long time. And to be able to look at those guys in the eye at times was a proud moment. Like, it felt good. Even when we throw a catastrophic pick, and he never wavered. He comes back and throws a seam down the field to Barryon, and you just look at the kids in their eyes, and you could feed off them. And I'm kind of kicking myself for not doing that more often.
Liam, you talk about that pass to Barryon. Coach talked about it and said there was a moment where you guys are like trying to decide, do we make it third man, we'll run the ball, or do we just do it? And he said y'all kind of had a moment like, let's do this. Talk about the confidence it takes to have in Leary and Brown in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, for whatever you say, it hasn't been perfect, but there have been, like we've said, moments of really high quality football. And in the biggest moments, our kids played high quality football and made plays. I mean, that's what you call competitive greatness. Being your best when your best is required. And that's what those guys did. I mean, I don't care really how the rest of the game went. In the biggest moment of the game, when we needed to play, our kids stepped up, and I'm really proud of them for that.
Liam, I don't think Ray's been immune from the inconsistency of the whole offense, but he's now scored more touchdowns than anybody else in this program in a single season. What is this season has done for you?
Man, I mean, special kid, right? The story, his background, his family, everything he's been through. You can't be happier for a kid. That's why you do this. Like, that's why you coach. That's why you educate. That's why you get into this profession. And to see people like him, to see guys like him go through their life and go through their journey and make it out on this side of it. Special kid. I could tell he was going to have a great game yesterday. Really, you could see it in his eye. He had a great look all week. Just so proud of him. Special, talented player.
Is there any reason why you decided to go back down south on this week?
No. No, really, I didn't. It was just, you know, we've struggled with a little bit of leadership at times, right? And just a little bit of just being down there. I'm on the field all day in practice, running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And sometimes I felt like being away was better, to where I could just let those guys go play. Don't look at me, don't think about me. And just this morning woke up and just like, you know, I'm going down. And it's actually something my dad's been telling me to do for quite some time now.
Liam, was it a coincidence that after Louisville threw a touchdown pass to a former UK player, that you dialed up a pass for a guy from Louisville?
Right. I talked to Joey before the game. It's actually one of the last conversations I ever had with Joey Gatewood, was saying, I think you're a tight end. And he was great before. He's like, I was stubborn at the time, you know, he didn't want to hear that at the moment. That was the last conversation we had. So proud of Joey, you know, proud of what he's accomplished and what he's been able to do. And then again, Isaiah Cummings to be able to step up to the plate. We had a lot more in the plan for him again this week, and all he's done is be consistent, right? Isaiah's just there's not a lot of guys that play harder than Isaiah Cummings, and for him to be able to do this in his hometown was pretty cool to see.
What can, everybody's talked about the disappointments, the ups and downs, but what can a win like this, going into bowl prep, going into the off season, what can that do for you?
Just energizes things, right? If you were to walk off that field today with an L, man, it's tough to come back and practice in 2 weeks. It's tough to get the guys back. I mean, especially with the amount of games that, we felt like we should have won as a program, whether we did it on offense, defense, special teams, it didn't get done. Today, as I just listened to Brad say, we played complementary football really for one of the first times on the whole season. Offense, defense, special teams, contributing to the win, contributing to some issues, but also coming back and helping each other and being there for each other. It makes going into bowl prep and recruiting and this kind of small little off season, I guess you could say, we have going into this prep a lot more fun.